Hello guys, me Elfnet Gaming, Communications, Designs. And what you're looking at on the table now is approximately 1 year ago, we bought some little cheapy radios for the local businesses, maintenance, nothing expensive, just, a throwaway radio basically. And after a year, these radios are still functioning. Now, the model of radio of this is the Hytera HYT TC-500. Here's the antenna, still intact. Now, I'm going to go over pros and cons of this radio after 1 year of experience with dealing with this radio. The company itself is an awesome company. I do enjoy working with their products, especially their DMR stuff. Their digital stuff is really good stuff. Like I said, this is a low tier radio. This is like something that you would buy for GMRS or whatever, I guess, or your small business or whatnot use. Not FRS. You can't use that because the antenna has too much power. I guess, I'm assuming GMRS would be fine with this. Or if you're a ham operator and you don't like all the the stuff on the ham radios, all the buttons, you just program in local repeaters and 16 channels. Anyway, the radio is small compared to my hand. Well, okay, here's a 12 volt 1.3 amp hour battery. There's the size. There's the antenna. This thing's actually not as tall as the antenna is. The problems. Let's say the problems with these radios. We'll go with them first. The biggest problem you're going to have with this particular model that I found is the volume and or channel knobs will fall off. The reason for that, and if anyone from the HYT is watching this, there's no metal retaining ring in these to hold it down on there. And the reason they come off is, if you can see that, the potentiometer is too far that way from the case, so it's like the hole is up too far and the knob won't seat properly down, and there's no retaining ring inside to lock it down. That's the major problem with these, and I'm always having to get knobs replaced, which are rare as rocking horse shit on eBay. I found them a couple of times, but yeah. The other big problem that these have is with the batteries. The stock batteries that come with the radios are not that great. I know this is a cheap, like, Chinese business band radio, but the battery, if you buy one of these, it's always worth getting a battery. Power Products or wherever you trust to buy your batteries. And because the one with it's hit or miss. Some of the originals are still in the field being used. Some of them have completely died and been replaced with Power Products batteries. They didn't hold up as well. The battery clip, though, none of them have broken. None of the chargers have broke. The radios all still transmit at their 3.5, 4 watts or so. Where you can't expect much with these little things. They have good audio. In and out, and 16 channels. The programming interface still works, of course. Still keys up, still monitors. Yeah. TC-500 after a year. This is what you can expect if you're not being rough with the radio. If you're a security guard indoors, like in a store or whatever, a shopping mall or maybe a school, is what these are good for. I think they run about $80 on eBay. Now HYT, I've worked with their brand in the past. They are a good brand. This is just a low tier, and you gotta expect little things like this to happen. I don't get too upset with it, but it's kind of irritating if they keep coming back with the knob missing. But if guys at HYT, guys, you need to put the metal retainers to hold these knobs and make sure your injection molding is straight for the board. Otherwise, you're going to keep having knob problems. Otherwise, this seems to be a pretty good solid construction. Oh, also sort out your batteries. Other than that, it seems to be a pretty good radio. That problem. Now, they do make other radios, of course. They make the 610, TC-610, and these are all low-tier radios. The ones that I'm used to dealing with are the DMR digital things. Those are really good, and a lot of features, a lot of options, really good radios. It's where radio is today. This is analog. Yeah, if you're looking for some radios, and definitely check out Hytera, HYT, before you go anywhere else, of course. If you're going to be using them a lot, and you want this model, an easy fix for this is to super glue the knob, drop a super and put it on there, or do it upside down rather, and that should hold your knob on. Also it's worth noting that the antenna, this is an SMA antenna, and it's a standard SMA in the sense of Kenwood radios, 450, 470. If you're going to use this for amateur radio, then you're definitely going to want to change this antenna, because 450, 470 here, you're going to want to get you one of those ham radio things that are long and looks like a coat hanger sticking off of it or whatever. Or an adapter with a mobile antenna. If you're a ham operator, this might make a pretty good, easy to use plug-and-play radio. You program your local repeaters and memorize 16 channels worth of them and just go to them. Of course, there's no VFO or any of that on it. Or if your kid, family, GMRS radios, I believe this would be okay with that, but not with the FRS, of course, because the antenna comes off and there's too much power. But GMRS with licensing, 8 channels, I believe these are covered, Part 95. I mean, they are Part 90 radios, so that would be overkill for Part 95 qualifications. It should be fine. If you're going to use this in a public service environment, like a school, security, construction, whatever, it's worth getting a replacement antenna, because if these get bent too far, they will separate and the whole thing will come apart or bust off, and you'll lose the rubber and just have the SMA thing in there. These cheap. It's worth getting some Kenwood SMA antennas on it that will last longer, and it's definitely worth getting an extra battery. Definitely worth getting extra battery. And super glue on the volume pot especially. The channel knobs, I haven't had too many problems with them coming off, but the volume, there's something to help it stick. And this radio will be pretty good. This is the original antenna, by the way. But yeah, HYT TC-500, after 1 year of use in the field, has come back for a general service checkup and replacing the volume knob, of course. And what I do with service checkups, I check the batteries, check the capacity. I go through on the service monitor and check the radio, receiver, transmitter, deviation, all that stuff. And I'll replace the knob. And I'll leave the sticker because that belongs to the customer. I'll also check the programming interface, read it, and zap it again, or update it if I need it. Won't charge them per program. It's just general maintenance and checking. Make sure everything's, ready to roll. If the antenna on this one does look extraordinarily good, of course, I think this stayed in their office more than anything. And send it on its way. And yeah. That's the HYT TC-500, of course. It's the lower tier, entry-level type radio, I guess. Anyway, if you like it, like the video of these types of radios and reviews later on after some use, reviews like this one, like it if you like it, or subscribe and all that. That's how this stuff works. And I'll see you guys in the next video.